Guys, GMs, welcome to the Swarm Report. My name's Hudah, bringing you around the crypto AI ecosystem in just 30 minutes a day. Also, happy Axelrod Day to you guys. Cats, I see out there. You're probably decently happy about how that's gone, dude. What a day! What an agent! What a cook! And man, we're certainly going to talk about it, but feels to me like it's the start of many more cooks to come. I'm feeling something about that virtuals ecosystem, and if some people think that this is feeling toppy, I'm feeling a little different. I'm feeling like this is maybe a new way to do launches and a new way to distribute those rewards. I think there's something really big going on here in the virtuals ecosystem. Anyway, we will get into that in just a moment. Guys, wherever you're watching, Abstract, X, or YouTube, hit the like wherever it is, but come over to the YouTube side and make sure you subscribe over there. Again, these agents keep popping off. It's very important, and you'll see today, it's very important that you know where to allocate your points. In fact, I'm gonna throw some questions at Cats here, because even when you have a cook like today's Axelrod, it doesn't mean it's the best place to put your points. There's a game within a game within a game here, and it's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible stuff. I mean, yeah, this is a thing most people are missing, and normally when you see that kind of reaction like Cats down here, normally that's a sign that I missed it. It's too late, and I'm just telling you. I'm telling you guys, it is different this time. It is different this time. I think Axelrod is just showing the kind of potential you have there. But again, a game within a game, these opportunities, man, they're just going to keep coming. They're just going to, stay plugged in here. Now, quick heads up. We did have DGNC scheduled to come on the show tomorrow. That is getting postponed. I'm trying to think when we're going to get that in. It'll be really, really soon. Just kind of let's say a scheduling conflict. We will have that very soon. That won't be tomorrow. However, I do have a couple big guests coming up soon, and we will announce those soon. So definitely stay plugged in and stay tuned for that. But of course, you check out those replays over here if you can't catch them live. Yep. Yeah, that team crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. Follow us on X, SlamAI_XYZ. And then our flagship AI agent, it's the Swarm, who is living in the virtuals ACP, right there with Axelrod, right there with AI XBT and some other fantastic agents. These are really soon, guys. You're coming. They're coming really soon. Now, Axelrod, or I should say AI XVC, dropped, guys, just like a little details on their spaces with Vader early this morning. It's worth tuning in and listening to that, although I'll fill you in with maybe what I took away is the most important part. But, dropped some little teasers about ACP. I never know which of that I can bring up and say. So I'm going to leave that to Axelrod AI XVC team into virtuals. And once we can start talking about it, I certainly will. But, our Swarm will be living right there, playing his role in that Swarm. And boy, oh boy, is that going to be spicy. Guys, let's get right into the market here. A little bit of a pullback across crypto here today and meme coins. If you're, in the trenches, you felt it. If not, just know, we pulled back a little bit. And I do see people talking about, again, the slower summer, maybe. I'm not feeling it. The AI market is down slightly, though. We're at $11.21 billion market cap, down 1.47%. We're going to take a look at those agents, see who's still leading here. We're looking by market cap and checking agents first. It's Fartcoin on top, 1.36 billion. Man. Followed by Ket, Turbo, Toshi, and Goat. You know what? I was going to say we're down across the board. We're not. Now, this is the 3-day view. I wish we could pick the 24-hour view. I wonder how many cookie tokens, you have to hold to actually get that 24-hour view. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's not cheap. So we'll stick with the 3-day view for now. On the infrastructure side, it's FET, Virtual, AI16Z, Ask Venice, and then there's Cookie right there. Top token, 2.14 billion market cap. Look at that. FET cooking. And then in DeFi, it's Griffane on top. Wow. Okay. Do a little digging into that separately, but Griffane up over 55% in the past 3 days. Wow. Ask Venice. Hey, Anon, you're going to see this one cooking more. I can tell you that. Cortex, and then Olas. And then let's peek who's winning the mindshare battle. And it's virtual. Yeah. I'm really not surprised. Really think we're going to see even bigger separation between virtual and Fartcoin, at least between these two and the rest of the pack. And then it's Rec Guy, Tibber, like that, TheoricQ, AI XBT out of the top 5. Wow, incredible things here, guys. You can see this board is definitely starting to change up, and it makes sense. Justin Casey, good to see you, sir. Hoods, good to see you. Also, GMs to people over on Abstract over here. Right to virtuals, guys. Right to virtuals. We got to cover that massive launch, and it's everything we thought it would be, record setting. Do you want to mention there are some tokens that are live right now, and you know what? We don't have any that are as slam dunk of a launch as Axelrod was. That said, an hour and a half to go on Ling token launchpad. You know what? Keep your eye on it because I'll say just because I don't want to double check that this is the launchpad. Yeah, it sure is. So it's an agent token launchpad. Essentially, you tweet at him and it'll launch you a token. Well, we've seen it before. That is not new, so I don't expect this to complete. But what I'm watching for is seeing if maybe people do get into that one because they're playing the points game, right? These agents, these tokens only need to maintain like a $200,000 market cap for you to be even. And so if you think these can hold just that kind of value, which is incredibly low in this space, then you could, in a way, just park your virtuals tokens here and earn points. So I'm kind of watching that to see if it gets to, let's say, 100%. And then if there's a quick jump at that point, as other people maybe see an opportunity there. Aside from that, a couple that are just, on the radar. Super Connect, yes, kind of watching, not expecting that one to complete. We'll see, though. LLM2, similar story there, although I think that one has a better chance. Now, Arbus is the next one coming up that I think gets to 100% and gets there pretty easily. It's getting some good coverage out there. They are coming on this show as well. But they got a really, really great product. It's essentially like a Cato competitor, but more agentic. So this one I think will get to 100, depending on how high it gets as far as oversubscribed. You might be looking at that for a really good points play. So going to keep our eyes there. Murray, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, sir. Billy and Drop King. Good to see you guys. Yeah, Arbus. Other than that, guys, I scroll the board. I'm going to tell you, I see a few others that are interesting. Just, interesting, but nothing else that's a slam dunk here. Nothing. Astro's newer. We're going to peek at that real quick. What is Astro? Let's see here. First platform that allows users to experience live astronomical events such as eclipses, supernovas, meteor showers. It mints them as timestamped verifiable. Okay, so this is going to mint some NFTs that line up with meteorologic. I'm not going to try words right now, guys. Whatever. Okay. Let's just say I don't expect that one to complete either. I like people having fun, right? I'll say that. I like people having fun, but these are things that are kind of, I don't know. The community will weed those things out. Arbus, I think, is going to be that play right there. I think it's in that sweet spot. It'll hold some value, and I think you'll be able to grind out points there. So, I think Arbus is looking like a pretty good play. Yep. And Cat's really, really good point. It's a really good point. And this is something you definitely want to be paying attention to is these locks. You are only earning virtual points while these tokens are locked. So it's very important that you're aware of that. If a token is launching here and there is no lock, you do not earn points on it. So that's a great point, Cats. Hoods, you could probably, you could mint those orbs. I'm going to tell you, probably nobody's buying them, but you could mint them. Yeah. But yeah, look for the locks. Got a little update on some locks here as well, but right to Axelrod, it did what we thought, record setting in multiple ways, guys. Participants was thinking they'd hit 7,000. They hit there. They got just over 7,000. 7,000 people committed their virgin points here to this launch. Not surprised. It is the most participated in drop here on the Virtual Genesis Launchpad. It is also the most oversubscribed. Almost 2,500% oversubscribed. Now that's kind of a problem too, kind of. And so I'll tell you this: compare these two. Compare GPT Wars to Axelrod. Participants and oversubscribed, and we're going to come back to that point when we start talking about how much when we start talking about how much you're making off it. But I do got to show this, man. Axelrod prediction was about 20 mil market cap, but I do think this one's heading closer to 40 or 50 mil. It is that big of a deal. It is basically going to be the face of the virtuals ACP, and it's going to get a lot of push from virtuals. So here you see it at a 21, almost a 22 mil market cap. Guys, this is over a 100x from that pre-sale price. That is a monster return, And look, even if you weren't going to get a lot of tokens from it, if you had points, you were getting some tokens for it. Everybody could have gotten in. Again, it's not always going to be the best use of your points, but you had a guaranteed win here. And again, it's a monster return here. And not done. It's not done, right? Prediction here, it's 40 to 50 mil. Now, depending on how this market goes, there's some things that are just out of the control of the team and then, how this community wants to trade. But depending on how this crypto market wants to go over the next few months over the summer, if we really cook, guys, I think you're looking at $100 million token here, right? This is not financial advice. Just like to share my thoughts. And it's, when I give those price predictions, it's more about my confidence in like how good of a project, how good of a token it is compared to the rest of the playing field here. And Axelrod is going to be one of those top dogs. Could be like an AI XBT competitor. I think that highly of it. So we'll keep our eye here. But man, again, those 100Xs, here's what that looks like here. You have this user, CryptoCypher, $315 into this pre-sale. It's it, $315. It's not nothing, right? But it's not like a huge amount. At the time of this tweet, and I can tell you it's worth more now, but at the time of this tweet, worth $24,000. Could have sold it. Would stop accruing points, but he could lock in what? Just about a 24,000 profit here, gain. And also, if he sold right now, he'd be up even higher. It is at an all-time high right now. So, I mean, people are just cooking on this. And when you start looking at what that points breakdown looks like, right? It costs, this is where it gets tricky. The oversubscription it actually hurts you for the value of your points, right? So 3 million points is what it would have cost to get that max percent of supply. At most, you can get 0.5% of the supply. To get that, again, would have cost you 3 million virgin points here. But if you did that and you put enough virtual in to buy your whole supply, well, you're going to be spending $1,000. But that $1,000, as at the time of this tweet here, and again, it's higher now, $1,000 would have been 84 grand. Well, so right now, your $1,000 would have been over 100,000, probably like 105,000. This is what the virtuals platform is. It sounds, look, you tell these numbers to somebody who's not familiar with it, they're going to think this is like not legit. They're going to think this is a scam, and they're going to think it's unsustainable. And I'm telling you, what we're seeing here is just a project, like a founder team who's just dialing their reward system more in favor for the platform users. That's all we've ever had to do, guys. That's all we've ever had to do is just dial rewards a little less in the platform favor. They're still making money. They're still earning fees. But if you turn that a little towards the community, in fact, they're doing it a lot towards the community, I think you're going to win. Look, mindshare, you're going to win all of the attention. Everyone's going to want to drop on your platform. All of the traders are going to want to use your platform. And so you win big that way. And now everybody's going to copy it. Now, not to get too far outside AI, but we saw not a great version, but with the boop.fun launchpad, it was dialed to be more rewarding. All of a sudden, Pump Fun announces their revenue share, mechanics, dialing it more to be rewarding. Guys, we're entering a really, really, man, I'm telling you guys, really spicy period for crypto. At times we talk about like an era of abundance. Look, that's like a little much. It's not quite what we're seeing here, but I'm telling you, we're entering a very new phase for crypto here, and one that's way more rewarding for us because it's way more competitive. I think people are going to be very surprised about how much money they're going to make here just for using these platforms. So I want you guys to keep that in mind here. And if you're feeling like this is too good to be true, just keep in mind it's a new way of doing this stuff, one that just was overlooked for so long. Let me see here. Yeah, yes. Katz, that guy, that guy probably put in like 1 million points to get that $300 allocation. Yep, this is the game. Save up your points and go all in on a big launch, or save up those points and go all in on a launch that's just under the radar, but you still expect to do well. We'll still talk about that more, but there is a game. Points are, I don't want to say they're going to be harder to come by, because in a way they're easier to come by, but those points are being driven to, virtual stakers are getting the biggest allocation. There are ways that you can almost guarantee your shot at some of these big paydays, and it's wild. Let's see. Oh, dude, really cool. Really freaking cool, Maverick. That's so awesome to hear. One virtual turned into 100. You got in, huh? Dude, that makes my day. That's so cool to hear. Um, yeah, just familiar with this ecosystem enough to know that. And most people were calling Axelrod. Advantages, we're working with them, so we get to see up close how great they are, and we know that the ACP, how big of a deal it is. So I'll tell you this too, man. It sounds like you might have sold already, probably, right? If you've got your 100 virtual, but I really do think Axelrod is that 50 to 100 mil market cap. I do think they're that big, that special. And just to go way out there prediction wise, I think it's got bigger potential than that. It is the face of the ACP. It's going to be a monster of a token. In fact, I'll tell you this, me on the sidelines, I don't have any. I'm pretty tempted to just buy a bag of it and just start accruing points by diamond handing it, right? They're very legit. That's it. Cats, how big can a platform get that is built for the little guys to win? And it's just like that. You can put in one virtual and you can 100x your money at no risk. At no risk. You can earn points from tweeting about it. I'm sorry. I think they've cracked the code for an absolutely perfect token launchpad, and it will be copied. And this is going to be a very, very rewarding period for crypto. I'm excited about it, and I do think it's going to drive this cycle. All right, so the points breakdown. So most bang for your buck, or I should say most bang for your points, most money for your points, it wasn't Axelrod, right? It was probably the biggest multiples, easily the biggest multiples, but it wasn't the most money per point. In fact, Cats pretty much nailed this, because I know Cats went into GPT WAI. It's not the best project, I don't think, but it was at that right level with the oversubscription, and it hit the right market cap where you're still up, but you're grinding out a lot of points here. And because of that, there's calculators out there now. I believe Vader has one. But you're looking at something like Axelrod was about, what is this? Just over 2 cents per point is about the value of your points, right? And GPT WAI was something like almost 4 cents per point. You start seeing, again, the game within the game. That's why I'm circling Arbus here. I do think that one's going to get mostly overlooked. What I think people are going to do here is say, all right, nothing on the board that's a slam dunk like Axelrod. I'm going to sit on my coins. I'm going to keep accruing points. I'm going to keep getting my diamond hand bonus. I'm going to go all in on the next hot thing. Instead of maybe taking advantage of this thing right in front of them and then just diamond hand that for the next 2 weeks. Grind out even more points. And those points do come pretty quick. So we'll watch. But yeah, good tools coming out here, by the way, to keep track of your points to money here. But great stuff. Yeah. GG's on your wins, guys. If you got in there, I know you guys did great stuff. Now, virtuals had a little gift for people, right? So they announced staking here yesterday. Awesome. Stake your virtual tokens. You start accruing V virtuals. 20% of those version points are going to the V virtual holders. I love the system. This gets rid of the people farming points inorganically. But they did announce yesterday that they have a special something for people who are staking their virtual day one. And man, yeah, pretty darn special. They ended up dropping 1% of the Axelrod supply to the day one stakers. Some of you guys, I hope, Cats, I think you got, I'm curious how much you got here. But Sammy gave us an example here. If you staked $10,000 worth of virtuals, and if you drag that slider all the way to the right for 2 years of staking, you got $3,000 worth of Axelrod. And again, that was at this morning's valuation, which I think at the time of this, it's hard to say. It's hard to say where he took that number from, but we're at all-time high now, so that's probably more like $3,500. Again, incredible things. Keep rewarding and keep rewarding and keep rewarding. There you go, man. Wow. Really cool. Dude, I was going to stake, and I'm like, I only have like 30 virtual right now, and I did not want to buy more. I'm like, what's the point? That would have made it worthwhile. Bet on great teams. I'll say that. Bet on great teams. Now, the Axelrod team, this is AIXVC, introducing staking. Okay, so you can take your Axelrod tokens, you could stake them right there through Axelrod. They have a staking terminal. Assuming you're gonna, well, okay, I don't want to assume. I want to go check. Assuming that you're grinding out points here, but now that I say that, you're probably grinding out maybe more AXR tokens. I'm assuming you're grinding out AXR tokens. Let me check here and see what it is. Yeah, I think that's what you're looking at. Maybe points to actually, you know what? I'll say this. I'm pretty sure it's points as well, but you're grinding out those AXR tokens too. Look, I do think it's risky staking for years, and you can definitely stake for years here. So I want you guys to be mindful of that. If you're doing this, go for it. Go for it if you believe in this stuff. And I do believe in it, but I also believe that at some point we are going to cycle back down and maybe being locked up for a year is a little risky. Riskier than being locked up for 30 days or 90 days, we'll say that. But really, really cool stuff here. Dig it. Now they gave a little disclaimer here earlier, right? They said, don't lock up yet because there is a chance if you lock up that you're going to lose your diamond hand status, right? Your diamond hand status or bonus from virtuals. They fixed that. You can go ahead and stake. No penalties, no issues. So stake away. You will get the diamond hand if staking. There you go. Yep. There you go. Awesome stuff. What's up, Shilling? Man, really cool. Really cool. And then last point, this is actually kind of related to Axelrod. It's related to all the Genesis launches, but guys, we streamed this weekend and you saw me trying to buy the roast token. And there were so many copycats, right? There's so right. You get a hot token. Everybody's going to launch their own and try to trick you into buying their token. The Virtuals platform, because they're so great, they added a new feature where next to the Genesis launches, the official ones, it'll have a Genesis tag or a label on it. So like at a quick glance, you're going to see which is the real token, which is the fake, and hopefully you're not going to get burned this way. So really, really cool update from these guys. And again, that just speaks to the quality, the caliber of that team. They get it. They get it. Gloria had an update here. Love these guys. Had them on the show a week ago and rooting for them hard. Now, their token lockup period was about to expire. And I know some people are playing around that and they're trying to sell their tokens. 7 days before the expiration, you can actually sell your tokens for no penalty. So a heads up about that, but they've relocked their tokens so you can actually keep your tokens, keep earning those points. And man, it's kind of like a win-win. They're earning fees while people trade. Well, I guess if you're holding, you're not trading, but hey, they still earn fees when people trade. That lockup is actually just a good gesture on their part, right? Let you hold your tokens, keep those points coming. Really cool for them. Otherwise, these guys are all expecting their tokens to dump like at that period right before. So it is tricky. I'm going to keep saying it though. It's a game within a game. What's up, Vera? What's Black Unicorn? I don't know. Black Unicorn. Is that I'm hoping that's a virtuals thing. Let me check here. I don't know. I got no idea. Black Unicorn. I don't think I do. Anyway, GG's to those guys. Hey, Anon, man. Okay, cats. This one gets me. This one gets me in the feels. I mean, a little bit. This is something I want, like, badly for the Swarm. I do badly for the Swarm, right? Because we were into the Kindred AI companions. I get that idea. I get having an agent that kind of moves with you. This is kind of what Hey Anon's doing. It's not agentic, but they are releasing a Hey Anon HUD. It's a Chrome extension, and it's going to overlay here on like Solana DEXs, Solana platforms, which is incredible. So it's on Axiom, GMGN, I think Photon. They put Photo, but I think they meant Photon, Pump Fun. So essentially you install this browser extension and you're going to get TA. You're going to get like alpha and alerts all overlaid on your screen here. You're going to get some buyer details here, some historical stuff, smart money, insider, KOL info, bubble maps, all it like, again, wild. This thing's going to overlay all kinds of really important metrics, again, and signals right on the sites you're already using, right? I don't know that it's happening. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I would love the Swarm doing exactly that. It comes on your mobile device. You overlay it on websites just like that. That is awesome stuff. Hey, Anon, I keep telling people, now at 100 mil market cap, I was saying the same thing at 40, 50, 60 mil. That one's got the product market fit that you're looking for. And I think that token still has got some room ahead of it. So there you go. HUD, overlay, everything. Really freaking cool. I really like those guys. And by the way, Hey Anon is integrated in the Radium DEX. Pretty cool. Hedera's going heavy into AI here, unveiling their AI studio. But man, even cooler than that. I like this a lot. Getting into the prediction markets. Really, really cool. Now they're getting into the prediction markets through X. Directly through X. So you can tweet your picks, tweet your calls there, connect. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to get a mod in here. So stupid. Hang on, guys. Let me see if I can clear this. I don't know if I can. So we may just have to deal with this for today. It's so dumb. Nobody's going to buy your token. Nobody's buying that garbage. Hang on. There's probably nothing I can do about this for now. All right. Whatever. I'll give it a. Yeah. We'll leave it be. Whatever. We'll figure that out another time. Yes, but some lame-o token community trying to shill their token. Nobody's buying it. Sorry. Anyways, Hedera powering this new prediction market AI agent called Victoria AI. Really cool. You're going to do this right on X. Again, you're just tweeting what side you're taking. There is a wallet link to your account, which is really, really cool. If you want the privacy, you can do it in Telegram via chats there. Maybe it's DMs there as well. But prediction markets AI, definitely see a fit there. I think, look, that caught me a little off guard. Whim, I did not think was going to do well. I didn't think was going to do well. Again, caught me off guard. It's doing pretty fantastic. In fact, I kind of, hang on. I kind of want to check Whim. Let me peek here real quick. Yeah, how is Whim looking? And I don't remember if any of you guys got into Whim. I mean, really decent 3 mil market cap. Got to remember, these still launch at a 200K market cap, so this thing's still up 10x, more than 10x. What, 15x? No, that's probably not right, but over 10x. Pretty good. Pretty darn good. All right, let's power through the rest here. I'm going to get us out before the 30. So, hold on here. Keep your eyes on this agent. I don't think it's live yet, but keep your eyes on when it is live. We'll be covering it. Good stuff. Billy Betts, really great day here yesterday. Great day. 4,000 wagered on 8 different bets. Went 4-0. Hang on. No. Did he lay this out differently? 4 bets yesterday. 4 bets total, went 4-0. It was all MLB. Wagered 4,000, though, up 3,200. So a really good day for Billy. He needed it. Little rough stretch for him. We have an update here outside of the crypto AI sector here, but sometimes there's cool updates that catch my attention. I saw this and I sent it to the team because I get it. It's a pretty cool deal here. Pretty big deal. Open memory MCP. Guys, TLDR here is, look, MCP is what's going to connect agents to applications, right? Expands their skill set. You have an agent, you want it to, connect to websites and browse autonomously, or you want to plug it into this person's app or that person's app. They don't just do it on their own. They need that protocol. MCP is that protocol. Open memory is private local memory that your agent and these MCP components can plug into. So all these different applications and your agent can share a memory, which is incredible. Otherwise, none of these other apps or agents here are sharing the memory that your agent has. This, again, it gives them that central brain, central hub. And because it's local, it's private. Really, really cool update. That sounds to me like it's going to be a big deal. And I see some big accounts talking about it. That feels like a nice leveling up here for these agents. So big update. I love that. Gemini from Google, coming to all kinds of new devices here, coming to their smartwatches, coming to, hang on, where else are they bringing this bad guy? I know it's starting with the watches here. But yes, expect all these AI agents, man, coming to all the devices you use, which is really cool. And when it's seamless across them, memory shared across them, going to get cool. TikTok with their AI Alive tool turns photos into animated videos. It's pretty simple. It's pretty darn cool, though. It just shows you how much everybody is thinking about AI and integrating AI, which is cool. And then finally, one of my favorite things is talking about the future, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, the era of abundance again. And we talk about UBI, and more I've been thinking maybe it's not UBI, right? Probably over the past month, I've started changing my mind about that. It's not UBI. And I get a lot of this from Elon himself. Dude's at the cutting edge. So it's not UBI. It's just that the cost of living goes down so much. Or, I think that's basically it. The cost of living is down so much. It involves robots. It involves AI. It's increasing our productivity 10 times, right? Productivity way, way, way up. Everything gets cheaper. So your salary, whatever it is today, is like 10 times the buying power at that point. So it's not UBI. What was the term he used? Not UBI. It's like UHI. There we go. We're going to maybe coin that, or he did, but universal high income. We might be heading towards that soon too. No matter what, What's coming is weird. I'm here for it. Can't freaking wait. I love those kind of comments from Elon Musk, though. Anyway, there you guys go. There's your update right at the 30-minute mark, so we'll take it. We'll be live back here tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time. We'll check up the latest with the Virtuals Genesis launch pads. We'll check in with Axelrod and all that. Stay tuned for some more guests to be announced very, very soon, including some of you know already, but a very, very big one coming up. That is, it's one of the biggest names out there. Can't wait for that. Smash the like on your way out. Make sure you subscribe here to CryptoSlam on YouTube and follow the Swarm_AI over on X. Guys, have a great day. We'll see you.